Okay, so welcome to Powerbot scripting tutorial part 4, and here we are going to be making a basic mining method. So first thing I think I'll do now is change the return statement to about 250 because 0 is going to take a lot more CPU, and for a basic mining script only about 250 is good, even 300 is good. So first thing we will do is declare our rock variables. It is going to be an integer array. So the way, if you don't know Java, to declare a integer array is public, or you can write private. For a single class it won't matter. You can even just write int, which stands for integer. And to make it an array, you have to add square brackets, and we'll call this variable rocks. And now we want to add the curly brackets, and here we will add all of our IDs. So from the last video, the ID of the clay rocks was 10577 to 10578 or 579. And then next we'll make a new method or function. This one will make a void and call it mine rocks. Make sure you add these parentheses and the curly brackets. And here we'll first we have to declare a scene object, which is a rock or a tree. So to do that, we would do scene object, import the game.api.wrappers.node, call this rock equals scene entities, not scene object, dot get nearest, and we'll put here rock since we already have a variable which stores all the IDs. And next we are gonna check if the rock is null. This is always needed because if the rock is null, or the rock is not there, and you tell the bot to mine it, it's gonna throw an error and your script will usually stop. So that's a null check, a simple if statement. And then for a basic method we would go rock, since that's what we named it, dot interact mine. But if we were to actually use this method, first of all it will spam click. Secondly, it'll never check if we're mining or we're idle. It won't check if the rock is on the screen, and it won't check if we are close enough to the rock. So we would have to add a lot of if statements, so I will erase this right here. And we'll check if the rock is on the screen. So we would go rock dot is on screen. And then if it isn't, so here, the curly bracket from the if statement we just made, we would choose else, some more curly brackets, camera, and make sure it's powerbot.game.api.methods.widget dot turn to rock. And it's as simple as it sounds. It'll turn the camera to the rock. Next, what we will add is a animation check to make sure our player is idle so it doesn't spam click. So to do this, another if statement, players dot get local make sure it's the api.method.interactive and that you don't import core.script.methods. Get local dot is idle, so that'll make sure we're not doing anything. And then if our player is idle, we will interact with the rock. So we would go rock dot interact mine. But of course, even if we did this, this will keep spam clicking until we are actually mining the rock. So to avoid this, we would use a sleep statement. And sleep statements are easy to implement. So you go sleep, and there are two ways you can use it. You can use it with a single integer or two integers. The single integer means it'll sleep for a certain amount of time, and it will always sleep for that amount of time. So it is recommended that you use this one because it randomizes between the two integers provided. So it's a better anti-ban. So here we can add sleep a second or a second and 200 milliseconds. So here it'll sleep anywhere between a second and 1200 milliseconds. And that is how you create a simple mining method. If you actually find this confusing, you can actually PM me on Powerbot, or you can watch the tutorial again. Just pause if you need to. If you find trouble understanding when I go full speed, you can just pause at times. And next video, we're gonna be going over dropping the rocks and a simple if statement on when to mine and when to drop.